Listen, guys, this is very disturbing. Listen, guys, this is very disturbing. All right, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I don't see how any Christian right now can vote Democrat. As you guys know, the other day, all right, 5-4 decision, SCOTUS struck down the Biden Harris administration's rewrite of Title IX, which would have allowed men and women sports, bathrooms, locker rooms, dorms, and compelled speech. I've been telling you guys forever that they've been pushing this stuff since, President Obama. You just have to look at the legislation. Now, mind you, there's some strange stuff going on here in Chicago. Number one, the biggest thing that is crazy, and it just blows my mind that they want to give free abortions, all right, at the DNC, right? Because the DNC is coming into town, it's almost, I don't want to say like symbolism or symbolic, but you got to understand that God is against this. No matter what you say or what you argue, it's no different than child sacrifice, because really, essentially, what you're doing is you're making the sacrifice to the altar of self. You don't want to be inconvenienced. And I know that people will use the argument, about, rape and things like that. But most of the time, that's not why, abortions are happening. That's just the reality. So you have people that are celebrating, marching, and not only that, now they're taking it to the extreme. Look, we're gonna give free abortions out at this event. Like, what is it gonna take for y'all to realize we're going down a dark path that God is not pleased with? And it's been said by a couple of people, if you guys vote this witch, this Jezebel, Kamala Harris in, or Kamala Harris, however you want to say it, judgment is going to come quick. And maybe that will be the only thing that wakes America up, because y'all don't want to listen. The Bible warns that people will have itching ears. I personally believe it doesn't have to get that way yet. God still wants the church to build and prepare. But how can you not see? And then look at this clip right here.
The Democratic National Convention is coming to Chicago, and they have a problem.
The city wants to move migrants staying at the Standard Club near the Dirksen Federal Building to her ward before the Democratic National Convention.
And he don't know where to put him. Why would you put him in our neighborhood? Well, why don't we go by your house?
Go to Chicago and New York and D.C. Someone needs to work in Texas with these border politicians to have them stop sending people only to blue cities and blue states.
You don't find that suspicious? These are the same people say, oh, bring them all. And they try to make themselves look like the righteous ones, the angels of light. But then when Texas and Florida start sending them to New York and Chicago, now it's a problem. And now you want to hide them before the DNC? The city of Chicago, they're outraged. I showed you guys the videos. The people are sick of it because they're starting to wake up and understand, hold up. You guys are giving these people money. You guys are putting our children in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? And it's you're not doing it just because you just care and you're just such a, kind-hearted people. Like I've said a million times before, if they were doing it out of the kindness of their heart, why don't they do it for the hood? Why don't they do it for the broken down communities? Why don't they do it for the tax-paying citizens and the veterans? You got all this money for Ukraine, okay? You got all this money to give to these illegal immigrants, and you can't take care of your own people that are here, that have been living in this country? And oh, by the way, the anti-Israel people, and you already know as a believer, that there's even some strong delusion going on there. You got to think about it, right? The same people that are pro-Palestine or pro-Black Lives Matter, were pro-vaccination, they're pro like everything that we're going against, or that our discernment is saying something is off. Some of you get too deep for your own good, and now you're like, man, I'm pro-Palestine, and you claim to be a Christian. Hey, something is off. And so the protesters, pro-Palestinian, right? There's over 200 groups planning to protest tomorrow. And I'm telling you, man, I showed you guys a clip of Dr. Umar. He's calling for all the African-American people to come and protest Kamala Harris as well. It's just, I'm gonna go out there and I'm just gonna, I'm asking the Lord, I've been praying about it all day, Lord, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just walk and and pray? Do you want me to go out there and preach? I don't know yet. I haven't got the answers, so y'all pray for me. But it's very concerning what is going on, and I just don't see how Christians can't see it. Like, this is critical. The devil wants you to believe, oh, stay out of politics, while he continues to use that as one of his main weapons to turn America into a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, think about this. They're giving free abortions. Like, that's the incentive. That means that there's some young ladies right now, they're pregnant, and out of a show of loyalty to the DNC and women's rights, some of them will go have an abortion tomorrow. And that is sick and it's sad. Man, pray for us. Pray for us, man. It's crazy. I don't know, man. God's going to do something in Chicago, though. I know that much. We just got to be bold. We want to use wisdom, but we got to be bold. Go to www.marcusrogersministries.org if you want to support what we're doing here in Chicago. God bless you. I thank you for the prayers. I thank you for the supports, and we'll just see what happens.